Okay, so last time I tried to do a how to create a follower in Skyrim Special Edition. It was right after surgery. I had a tonsillectomy and I couldn't speak very well, and I didn't realize at the time that my microphone was messed up and that it wasn't picking up any of my audio. So I'm here today to rectify that and to show you guys how to number one, create a follower in Skyrim. Number two, how to ESLify it so that way it's flagged as an ESL. So that way people out there don't have to take up a load order slot in whatever mod manager that they use, because Skyrim has a hard limit of 254 ESPs, but it can have a theoretical infinite amount of ESLs. I'm going to show you how to do custom hair in the creation kit, because if you don't do custom hair, like if you customize your own hair and you're like, I really want it to be this color, creation kit has got a limited amount of hair colors, but you can manually create one. So super simple. Yeah, so basically it's a little bit more of an in-depth tutorial. Really excited to bring it to you. So exhibit A, we have Noir, and let's say that you've created your character, you really like it, and you're like, you know what, I bet people would love to have this as a follower on the Nexus. um, we're going to go step by step on what tools you're going to need, how I create all of my followers, things like that. Links will be in the description below, so stay tuned. Let's go ahead and get this started. So first things first, I want to save this as a preset. I'm going to go ahead and save my preset. And this is Noir. You can see that I have created a lot of these. These are available on the Nexus. You should totally check them out. They've gotten really good reviews, as well as my body slide. Like, my body slide is prime. So I'm just going to save this under Noir. Now, this is one of the biggest things that you need to pay attention to. This list of stuff. You will see over here that I have a sticky note. These are things that I commonly use in my followers. I'm using the high poly head, so in this case, I need to change this Breton. I am using the vanilla, or the zero vanilla. So let me change that real fast. That's my hair. My eyes are going to be the human earth eyes, found in the wonderful Eyes of Beauty mod. And then I'm using number 21 for my brow, and her weight is 0. So I already wrote down her hair RGB because I gave her custom hair, and then her skin tone RGB. Those are both very important. If you do a custom skin tone, I didn't. But if you do a custom skin tone, you have to assign it in the creation kit. And if you do a hair RGB, then you also have to assign that in the creation kit. So this is all the information that is super important to me. I know that I'm using a high poly head for the Breton because I'm doing a Breton. This is the hairstyle that I'm going to be looking for the textures and the meshes from. This is the eyes that I'm using. This is the brows. This is the weight. The weight is also super important because if you have mismatched weight, so like if you build her at 0 weight, it's on a scale of 0 to 100. You build her at 0, and then it gets assigned in the creation kit that she's weight 20. You're going to have a neck seam. And that is like the biggest thing that drives people nuts. Or you can have the blackface bug. We will be getting into that here in just a bit, but I've got my sticky note up here. So I've created a preset. What you want to do, obviously, is you're going to hit done. I'm going to resave over the top. You then want to reopen race menu, like so. And in this case, what we want to do is we want to go all the way to the right where it says sculpt. Now, I'm not going to do any customized sculpting. There's multiple tutorials on how to do that, but let's just say that you've got your character to where you want her, right? So I'm going to go ahead and export her head. The last one I worked on was Laylet, which is actually who this was originally. But Laylet is available on the Nexus for those of you who want her. We want to do this one as Noir. Okay, perfect. And now that we are done there, last thing we're going to do is you hit your tilde key. That opens up your command. The tilde is the thing that looks like the little wavy thing, generally under your escape, if you have an American keyboard. And in this section, you want to do save PC face, and then type the name of your character. In this case, save PC face noir. It's right. Sorry. There. So, and then just hit enter, like so. And that's basically all we have to do in Skyrim for now. So let's go ahead and save one more time. I'm going to create a new save. And let's go ahead and get closed out, and I will see you guys on the other side. Okay, so here we are on my desktop. Couple of things you'll notice. First off, there's Celine. She's one of my most popular followers on the Nexus. Very proud of her. I have a folder called Follower Assets on here. There will be a link in the description where you can literally just download this and use it. It's a template, basically. It's super easy to use. We're going to go through start to finish on how to build a follower. You have to start with a correct file structuring. Like you have to create and build your own path. So for example, I just created a duplicate of that, called it noir. You'll see that it's got data, meshes, textures, and then a blank ESP. So what we are going to do, let's go ahead and start with meshes. Now in here, you want to rename name of your follower meshes. I'm going to go ahead and name that noir meshes. Okay, get that punched on in. You can see that the copy that you guys will already have the female body stuff. I highly recommend if you use something like XPM SE, so like the skeleton, that your stuff is going to match. I'm using the 3BBB/3BA body. So all this stuff in here is that, but it will default basically to whatever body type that you're using. What we care about though is starting with the hair. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my hair. Now, one thing that I would definitely recommend, and this is something that I cannot stress enough, I would really recommend if you're going to start building followers, put hot links to all of your folders on your desktop. You can see that I have a ton of them up here. I'm going to show you guys how to find things in Creation Kit, but not in Creation Kit, but in Mod Organizer 2, which is what I use. Highly recommend it. I'm going to show you guys where to find stuff, but I would recommend that you put a hot link to it, and I'll show you how to do that. So for example, I know that I'm looking for hair meshes. So I know that my stuff is going to be under KS hairdos. So what I can do is I can go over here to filter, hit KS hairdos, which I believe is going to be under, I'm just going to type in hair. There we go. Let's find it real fast. Why can I never find KS hairdos? Not under high poly, is it? It is under high poly assets. Okay, no wonder I couldn't find it. So you right click it, hit open in Explorer, and it'll pull up your meshes and your textures. I recommend popping back one, right click this, create a shortcut, send it to the desktop. So that's how you find things for textures, meshes, stuff like that. For the sake of this expose, I'm just going to go ahead and assume that you know how to find meshes and textures. Pretty simple. And we're going to start here. I have all my stuff up, like I said, on hot links. So KS hair, I'm looking for the meshes first, so we'll start there. So I know that I need to find the vanilla hair, so I'm just going to scroll to the bottom, go find V. And what you want to do is you want to grab the vanilla.nif, just hold control, the vanilla.try, and the vanilla hl.nif. So if you're using KS hairdos, it'll have the regular nif. Nif is for meshes, DDS is for textures. Kind of keep that in the back of your mind. So vanilla.nif, the vanilla.try, is I believe the shading, if I remember correctly, and then the vanilla HL is the hairline. Both of those are all three of these are very important. So I just copy them, and I'm just going to manually move them into my hair meshes right here. So I'm just going to copy and paste. Simple as that. Close out. I'm done with meshes already. Like, it's super fast. Go to textures. Textures is going to be a little bit more work, but it's basically the same sort of idea. We're going to rename this to Noir Textures. There we go. Okay. So once again, I already have my body set up with everything that you're going to need in here. Look at that creepy face. The only thing that I need to change is actually this female head underscore MSN. It defaults to Nord. So what I've got to do is I've got to go over to my diamond skin, which is what I'm using for my skin textures. I'm going to go into textures, actors, character, and then you'll see in here that I've got Breton female. Like, regular female is just here, but I've got Breton female. And then it's got a different female head underscore MSN for the Breton. I just click that, hit copy, go back to here, paste, and replace. Like, it's super simple. I've never really noticed the difference, but better safe than sorry, right? Okay, so we can close out of that. Body meshes are already going to be included. If you use a particular skin, you can put your own body meshes in, or you can just have one that just kind of overwrites everything. I use diamond skin. I think it's the best skin out there. The pure is a very close second. I used pure for a long time. Okay, so just going down the list though, we've got browse next. So I'm going to click on browse. I know that I'm looking for 01 underscore H for underscore female browse human 21. What that tells me is that once I open up my HForg browse, take a second, go to textures, actors, character, female, obviously. You've got your regular female browse, as well as the DDS file if we want it. You will need a copy of this in there. This file structure that's going to be in the description will have most of everything that you need, but just in case it doesn't, if you have a brow mod that you like to use, take this female brow underscore in DDS, throw it in your browse. You have to have it. But we're going to go to HForg. I don't need darker or lighter because my little sticky note doesn't have an L or a D at the very end. If I needed the lighter ones, it would look like this. Like, I'd put an L. If I needed the darker ones, it would have a D. That sort of idea. Super simple. I'm looking for 21. So in this case, I just need to copy this. Gonna paste it right on in. What's out of HForg? You guys can kind of see where this is going. It's not difficult. The first part is really just finding things and then going from there. Now I need human eyes earth. That is going to be in the eyes of beauty. Once again, textures, actors, character, eyes, and then just going finding eyes, human earth. Where are eye flower? Elves. Infinity. Entangled. Oh, it's going to be slightly above these. Give me a moment. These are all elf eyes. There we go. I need to copy these and just paste them right on in. Your cube maps, your reflection maps are all going to be included in here, so don't worry about that, guys. I've got you covered. It's pretty straightforward. You literally just have to find the INIF. Yeah, I've got to copy it, put it in there. Simple as that. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, close out of the eyes. And then this is where we go back to the hair. So I've got that KS hair. The hairline and the hairline DDS will be included, so don't worry about that. Now I'm in textures, and I'm basically looking for that exact same vanilla. Let me scroll through these real quick. Just takes it a moment. Okay. So make sure you don't get vanilla. Make sure you get vanilla. Just double check. So you need vanilla and vanilla underscore in. So you need both of these. Okay. We're done with the hair. And I'm already good for the teeth. I use expressive facial morphs. So that is what these teeth textures are based off of, but your results may vary if you use something else. So we've got everything that we need. Now all we have to do is plug these folders into the correct locations. So meshes, actors, character. I need to right click Noir. I'm going to copy that, and you'll see that I have a hot link for SSE meshes. Basically where this is, I'll show you how to get to this manually. You can see all the ones that I've worked on. Well, the ones I haven't deleted. But if you needed to find this, this would be in your Skyrim installation. So for me, it would be Program Files 86. Scroll on down until I find Steam. Steam Apps, Common, Skyrim Special Edition, Data, and then Textures is here, Meshes is there. Highly recommend, once again, right-click this, send it to the desktop as a shortcut. It'll make your life a lot simpler. But you can see I've got my meshes just right here, and I'm going to just literally paste my Noir meshes in, close out of that. In the main follower mod, go back to data, hit textures, actors, characters, right click Noir textures, or just copy it, copy, go into textures and do the exact same thing. So we're copying the meshes and the textures and then putting them manually into the Skyrim folder. Keep an eye out for where those are located because you'll want to delete them later. I will tell you why. But we need them in there so Creation Kit can find the correct assets. So we've got that done. And the last thing that we've got to do is just go back to data. And here, we're going to right click this. We're going to rename it. And we are going to name you Noir Stone Shaper, which is what I decided to call her. Because I couldn't be fucked. Okay. So, noirstoneshaper.esp, you're going to copy this. You're going to go into your main Skyrim. So, once again, Program, Steam Apps, Common, Skyrim Special Edition. You're going to go, once you're in that folder, you're going to go up to Data, and you're just going to paste it in here. Just somewhere in here, you're good to go. Close out. And for right now, we can close out of this. And then we are going to go back over to our mod organizer, and we're going to launch Creation Kit. Excuse me. Because all of our work for moving stuff within the file folder, that's done for the most part for now. We will get back to that here in a bit. But we're going to go ahead and work on building the follower in the Creation Kit. And honestly, once you get good at this, it doesn't take too long. I highly recommend downloading SSE Creation Kit fixes. If you're going to do anything in the Creation Kit, do that. Like, the Creation Kit organically is kind of garbage. So, do yourself a favor. Get that. Make your life a lot simpler. Okay. So, what we want to do is we want to go up here to File. We're going to go to Data. And we're going to go load our plugin manually. However, I'm using high poly head. If I don't select high poly head, it will not load. So what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab Noir because we manually dropped your plugin in. We're going to go like that. We're going to set this as the active file. Now what we need to do is that we need to grab high poly right here and just make sure that this one is selected. You can see that I have a ton of high poly stuff. So let's go ahead and just hit OK. And it should load Noir up into the system and have high poly head as a dependent. I will show you guys how to change the head that's generated in the Creation Kit to high poly, as well as, like I said, custom hair and custom skin. So okay, sometime today, please. Also, get prepared to wait because the Creation Kit is like super slow. Mine's fairly optimized and it's still pretty garbage. So it is what it is. Man, I could take a nap right now. Also, you can see that it's 1:34 in the morning. So I apologize if I seem super tired, but yeah. Okay. Sometime to get today. Thank you. Okay. So once it officially loads, what you're going to want to do is over here in the object window, you're just going to hit A 3 times. Boop. Hit enter. And it's going to say not responding because you have no luck. Now, doing this with a recording is a little bit problematic because, good lord, is the CK super CPU intensive. So, biggest tip, see this little icon right here? That is your best friend. Click it often. If you think that you clicked it, but you didn't, click it again. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. Click it often. Okay, so that being said, let's go ahead and where we want to start. This can look really confusing. I always do the exact same order. I start with the feet. You might be like, why would you start with the feet when there's 3 other things above it? Ha! You will find out. So, double click the feet. It'll open up a second window. What you have to do when you are creating a character is you have to manually assign the things that you just put in the folders. You want to assign those to the creation kit. This thing that says biped model up here, this is for male. We're not working on a male, we're working on a female. You care about this one right here, if you are working on a female, of course. So all we care about is biped model, skin texture, that's it. So what we want to do is we want to go in and select. We're going to hit edit right here. You can see that this is just going to pop up this arrow window. We're going to hit edit. We're going to look on our desktop, obviously, because our folder's on our desktop. So we are looking for Noir. Just go data. Now, if it says NIF, you're looking for meshes. DDS is textures. So just follow the pathing. Meshes, actors, character, Noir meshes. We're looking for feet, part of the body, right? Pretty self-explanatory, but just in case you didn't get the first time. All you do is double click body, and then don't click anything else. Just hit open. And it'll automatically assign your feet. Look how beautiful they are. I'm gonna start an OnlyFans with these kind of doors. Anyways, so just hit OK. And then where it says skin texture, in this drop down, you want to make the feet the same as the torso. So you hit torso texture, hit OK, hit save. Trust me, hit save often. I move right on down the line to the hands. Once again, it'll take a month of Sundays for it to load. There it goes, finally loaded. Okay, once again, select, hit edit, go back to the desktop. Where are you? Well, there we are. Meshes actors, character, follower meshes, body, hit open, and there we go. Not only do we have an OnlyFans for the feet, but we have an OnlyFans for hands. Okay, this one is different. This one is going to generally automatically select torso texture. You want to change that to hand texture. Don't know why there's a difference, but there's a difference. Then hit OK. And once again, hit save so you're not miserable. Okay. Now skip hand texture for now and just go right to torso. Slowly but surely. Yeah. Once again, you guys know the drill at this stage. You know the drill. Scroll on down. Or I keep scrolling right past it. I've got the DPI settings of my mouse too high. Meshes, actors, character, Noir meshes, body. Just hit open. It'll automatically assign it. Awesome. And then skin texture, hit the drop down. Change this to torso. Hit OK. Hit save. Wow. Look at you go. Building your own follower. Listening to the sultry sound of my voice. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to work on textures. We've assigned the correct meshes to the correct location, so the NIF files. Now what we want to do is texture. So you double click on hand texture. Now the reason why I say hands and torso for last is because it's actually way faster to do if you just follow one simple step. All you do is you have to change it for all 4 of these. I like to also do the detail map. I'm a stickler like that. You don't have to. I just recommend if you have a detail map, throw it in there. All you do is you select the first one, hit edit. Now here's the cool thing. It actually opens up File Explorer. So what I can do is go desktop. I'm just going to scroll in Noir data. I'm looking for textures. And then all you do is this. You literally go up here to your file pathing. You just copy it, you hit open. It'll automatically assign for the first one. Hit edit image, go up here, paste, enter, open. It is the world's simplest process. It's much faster than doing the other one. Open. Like I said, I like to do the texture map. This one will automatically just pull up. There's my blank detail map right there. The specular. Okay. Paste again, hit enter, hit open. There we go. Hit OK, hit save. That was for the hands. Now we do the exact same process for the torso. And once again, you just literally paste, enter, hit open. It's as simple as that. Okay. Take me just a second to knock these out. A lot of what you're doing in Creation Kit is just manually telling it what to look for. Like that's kind of the I don't want to say drag, but that's basically what you're doing is you're telling Skyrim to not look necessarily in Skyrim's base textures. You're telling it specifically to look for the textures that you're assigning to your followers. So, I mean, pretty straightforward, but like I said, it can be a bit of a problem. Hang on. Hair's getting in my eyes. Go. Okay. So we just hit okay. And we hit save. Now comes the hair. The hair is a little bit different, but it's got a bit of a process. One of the things that we'll do, and by the way, you have to tell Skyrim, like for example, before we get to the hair, see this girl body that we haven't touched yet? What we're going to do with girl body, double click this. You have to tell Skyrim. Skyrim doesn't have bodies as a singular piece. It has torso, arms, and legs as one piece. Then hands separate and feet separate. So it can be really frustrating. Like if you don't know that this exists, you'll build a body and then you'll load up the game and your character will have no hands and no feet. And you're like, why? So right here where it says girl torso, you want to just right click, hit new. And all you're going to do is you're just going to assign it the AAA girl feet. And right click it, hit new. And assign it the hands. It's already got the torso, so you should be fine. Hit OK. Bada bing, bada boom. Hit save. Trust me, hit save. If you don't, bad things will happen. Okay, so before we get into building the hair, I'm going to show you guys how to assign the custom color. So this is actually pretty easy. You're just going to go up here where it says filter. You're going to take away your AAA. So it's going to wipe everything out. On the left-hand side, you should have a scroll wheel. Like you can move this up and down. First things first, what you want to do is you want to create a color form and you're going to assign it to a hair list. So if I go to right where it says form list, I'm going to click form list and I'm going to go up here and I'm going to type hair. And it's going to show me hair color list. Awesome. Go ahead and just double click it, leave it off to the side, don't touch it. You can actually see that I've done a couple of other colors in here. Super simple. Go up from form list, go to color form, right click and hit new. In this case, we're going to name this Noir's hair. You can name it whatever you want. So ID is going to be put hair in there so it's easy to find. Trust me on this. We're going to grab our little list. And I know that the custom hair that I created in the RGB scale is 77, 63, 63. Go up here. I just want to go 77. Oh, come on. Let me. 77, 63, 63. Super simple, right? Like, we're just going to put that in there. We're going to hit OK. The reason why you want to type hair is it's going to show up here. We're going to pop it on over. We're just going to drag it. Drop it down here. You'll see that it gets saved in my little list. Hit OK. You're not done. Whatever race you are creating, Nord, Breton, Imperial, like you guys get the idea. You have to then go assign that hair to be available for that particular race. So next thing that we do is we go ahead and drop off of hair. And I like to just go ahead and select all. And then type in the name of your race. I'm looking for Breton. It might take it a second to load. Knowing my luck, it's going to take forever. There we go. And then I like to find where is the race right here. Just click on race. So, button race. You double click it, and it'll open up a little window. Now, editing male, editing female. Obviously, we're working on a female, so you click female, and then you'll see in here that we don't have that hair. So, once you get this open, leave it open. We're gonna go back to hair. So just type in hair up at the very top, and then go back to form list. Okay, there's our hair color list. Let me open you, please. Move it off to the side. Click here. We're going to scroll down until we find our noir hair. And all we're going to do is right click, hit new, and make sure that this gets assigned. There we are. Just type in the name up top. Noir hair. Hit OK. That should show up in the list. Awesome. I can hit OK there. Hit OK there. Bada bing, bada boom. We are good to go. Okay. Now what we want to do is I'm clicking back on all, which is over here on the left-hand side. Wait for it to load and register. Because, like I said, good Lord, Creation Kit is so slow. And then we're going to go back to our AAA. Trust me, I know it can be frustrating how slow and kind of janky it is. When Skyrim was like, we're going to put the same tool we used to create the game in the hands of modders, everybody was like, yeah, you freaking did. It's terrible. No wonder base Skyrim had so many issues. Point being, don't furiously click things. It'll just crash. It's really frustrating. Download Creation Kit fixes. There will be a link in the description where you can find that, download it, save yourself a bunch of trouble. Okay, anyways, so we're going to go ahead and save real fast. Now what we want to do is we're going to go to hair. Now we're finally actually working on hair. So double click on hair, and once again, this is a mesh. So we're just gonna hit edit right here. Gonna go to our desktop, go to the name of our follower, data, meshes, actors, character, to our meshes. We're looking for hair this time, and we want the name of hair.nif. We don't want the HL, and we don't want the scalp. We're gonna select this, hit open. It should automatically. There's the hair that we are. Oh, kind of hard to see, but there's the hair. It'll automatically put that try file in. What we want to do, hit that little drop down. This is if you're doing custom hair. If you're not doing custom hair, don't worry about this. And hit noir, hit OK. Go to hairline, do the exact same thing. Now hairline, there's going to be one additional step. We just hit edit, like so. Desktop, name of your follower. Good Lord, that DPI. Kills me. Meshes, actors, character, noir meshes, hair. We're gonna grab that hairline this time. So hairline first. Okay. It's not gonna have a try file. That's perfectly fine. I'm gonna hit OK. Now you're gonna right click it. You also don't have to do the color form for that. So don't worry about that. We're gonna right click it, hit duplicate. This is very important, because otherwise your character will not have a scalp. They will look very weird. Trust me on that. Trust me, I've done it. I've loaded up and I'm like, why do they look so weird? Okay, so once you get that duplicate, it should say duplicate 001. You're gonna double click that. It's still gonna have the last mesh that you provided in there. Just hit edit, and in this case, it'll take you back to where the previous mesh was loaded. Just select straight scalp human. Hit OK, like so. Hit OK. Bingo, you are good to go. We're going to go ahead and save that plugin. We're going to go ahead and save. And now what you do is kind of the same thing that we did with the body where we had to assign the hands and the feet. You're going to redouble click on hair. And we are going to go ahead and where it says head parts, extra parts, stuff like that. You're going to right click, hit new. You're going to add in the hairline. And you're going to add in the hairline duplicate. Okay? Hit OK. Okay. So for the most part, our body's built, but there's still a little bit of additional work that we've got to do. So at this stage, we're going to go ahead and double click on follower, and we are going to start there. Also, I'm going to assign her an armor piece real quick. That way I don't get kicked off of YouTube for having a body that I'm building. Nothing sexual about it, but YouTube doesn't care. They just see naked and they're like, ah. So, but yeah. So I will throw armor on her as quickly as possible. So if I very quickly swap screens, you know why. We will be back shortly in the event that that happens. Right now I'm just waiting for Creation Kit to not lose its mind. Come on. Sometime today. Do the thing. Also, if you guys enjoy the content, let me know with a like, a subscribe. I very rarely ask for that. I don't do that much with YouTube, but I do have over 7,000 hours of experience in Skyrim. I have over 600 something mods downloaded. I've created numerous follower mods. If you want to check those out, link will be in the description, as well as really good body slide presets. People really seem to like them. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Share this with your friends, by the way. If they're like, I have no idea, like it seems so hard to build a bot, it's really not. It's more work than anything. And the reason why I'm recreating this tutorial is, number one, my first one, the audio quality was horrendous. Number two, when I first learned how to do this, the tutorial that I followed was, number one, very out of date. Number two, painfully hard to get through. So yeah. Anyways, let me do this first. Let's so it'll generally drop you on the stat screen. We'll get to that. Creation Kit can be really glitchy, so just kind of keep that in mind. What we care about is character gen parts. So you want to scroll along the top. We're going to start it here. Actually, before I do that, I totally forgot. I'm going to click on the inventory tab. I'm going to assign her some armor. Just, I don't really care what the armor is. But I'm going to assign her some armor. So that way, like I said, I do not get kicked off of YouTube. So, let's do its thing. Bothers. Come on, Creation Kit. Jeez Louise. Okay. So I'm just gonna put her in a default. Let's just do Daedric for that's not what she's gonna be in, but for now I just need to make sure that when I hit preview. No, it's still, hang on. Side view. And you can see that, wow, that looks nothing like our character, right? Yes, we will fix that. Let's go ahead and, okay, well, if that's not going to work, I'm just going to put you in, we'll just put you in an alteration outfit, no hood. There we go. Wow, man, you look nothing like what we created. Holy crap. Yeah, that's going to happen. Okay, so what we want to do is go back to character gen parts. And this is where your little sticky note, which I hope that you used, because if you didn't, shame. Oh, shame. Your sticky note is going to come in really handy. So I'm just going to leave that kind of there. Actually, you guys don't necessarily need to see it. I need to see it, so I'm going to put this on my third screen. So what I care about first part is hit import. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to navigate to your Skyrim folder. So you can see mine's right here. I have a hot link for it, not the data folder. You don't want to go into data. It should just pull up a list of like your file folders and then the name of your NPCs. I am looking for Noir. Open. And wow, that looks nothing like her. Funny that you should say that. What we want to do is see this. Oh, this is what I forgot to describe in my last one. If you don't use high poly head, don't worry about it. Just use Skyrim's base head. I am using high poly head because if you're not, what are you doing with your life? First things first, you can see that my skin RGB matches right here. 206, 205, 204, 206, 205, 204. Interpolation is how much of it is set on the alpha channel. So the alpha RGB sequence is RGB, of course, and then it's got the full like 0 to 100 is like your visibility of that, so kind of keep that in mind. In the base head parts, you're going to select where it says face, you're going to hit the drop down, and you're going to change it to high poly. Okay, already progress. Looks better. We're going to do the same thing for the hair. Hit the drop down, go to default, and scroll down until you see AAA hair. Wow, look, already. And look, it's got our hair color. Except it doesn't, because we want to change that to the noir hair. There we go. A little bit better. Okay, making progress. It's already got our skin set. Now, you don't touch eyes in here. I mean, you can if you wanted to load like Eyes of Beauty as a master. Don't. You're gonna do all that work in Nifskope. Um, Keep in mind, keep an eye on eyebrows. I've noticed that when I build dark elves, it'll take my eyebrows away. And the first time I loaded up without eyebrows, I was like, what is going on? But anyways, so at this stage, we've got our character looking actually like the character that we created. For the name, we're gonna go ahead and type in her name, which is Noir Stone Shaper. And then her short name is gonna be Noir. People say that short name doesn't matter. It does. Noir Stone Shaper is her actual name, but in dialogue, it will, like, if you have subtitles on, it'll show up like Noir, like, says something or whatever. So if you don't put a short name, it'll default to the full name, and sometimes that makes it kind of hard to fit dialogue in on your screen. So that's just me. Now, I always make my followers not affect stealth meter. I think that's one of the more frustrating things to deal with is having a follower that just like you're playing a sneak thief assassin or something and they just like trip off everything. So I just make it so they don't affect your stealth meter. Um, Trust me, do yourself a favor. If you're building followers for other people, you might play different than their play style. I just say, you know what, like I don't want one of my followers to screw up your game. So you're not really going to touch character gen or face animation preview. Like that's things that you don't really need to do. Same with attack data. I mean, if you really wanted to get in depth on like characters and stuff like that, you totally could. I don't. I also don't do animation or sounds. Sounds is where you would do like a custom voice. I'm not doing a custom voice, so
Unless you wanted Noir to sound like this, which I don't know how much appeal there will be for that.
but I am working on a new mod though that I think people are really gonna like. Okay, so spell list. Let's go ahead and start with spell list. I'm just kind of working my way left. This is where you kind of decide what kind of follower you. Do you want somebody who's like a two-hander, like they use a greatsword or something, or do you want somebody who's magic only? Do you want them to be able to shout? That's actually a really cool feature that I learned how to do. So this is really where you kind of decide what kind of spells you want. Because she's a Breton, I generally make my Bretons more mage type, because they've got that natural affinity for magic. However, I don't care about her having healing, so she's gonna just lose the heal. So this is where having something. Go ahead and pull up my. Oh, there's my main character Nova. Ooh, he's very well. But this is where having something like let's go ahead and do because we're gonna need perks and spells. So let's go ahead and do Frost. Let's make her a Frost Mage. I haven't done a Frost Mage yet. That'll be fun. So we're just gonna hit new. And then I'm just gonna go up and type in Frost. And then you can the downside is this is all the creation kit jargon that they have in the creation kit, so you might not actually know what any of these are. But like for example, let's say that I wanted her to have Frost Breath, because I think that's cool. The ability to shout. In the perks, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a new perk. And I'm just gonna type in shout. Allow shouting perk. That means that she can use a shout in combat. Which I think is one of the cool and unique things is like they talk about other people being able to use the voice. The Greybeards, Ulfric, but you never really see it outside of the Draugr. So I like having followers that also have studied the way of the voice and can use a single shout. I think that's fun. So anyways, back up to spells. Keep in mind though that a Frost Breath shout will always be free. They don't do it super often. I've most of my followers have shouts. They don't shout that often, to be entirely honest. And it will not always be voiced. That is the other thing. So if that bothers you, leave it off. But yeah, let's go back to Frost. and see what we've got for frost spells, because I don't remember. Frost rune. We could do frostbite. Yeah, let's just toss in a frostbite in there. I think there's also, is it just under ice? I think it might just be under ice. I wish there was like a sort by class. Like that would be super, super beneficial. So let's go ahead and scroll on down. We're gonna make her pretty generic. I'll probably go back in and change her later, just for the sake of time. But let's go ahead and give her ice spike, frostbite. Like, okay, so like, let's say that that's what we want. Let's say that we've also decided that we want to make her proficient in light armor. So I like to use uesp.net, which looks like this. Obviously, you can see that. And then what you're looking for is just the name of the perks, right? So there's some perks that they can and cannot use, so just kind of keep that in mind. But what I will do is because I don't make broken followers, I keep my followers so they've got like 1 to 3 things that they're really good at. Like I'm not gonna make a follower that's maxed in everything. I will generally do a magic school, an armor class, and then like an additional skill like pickpocketing or something like that. So that way, if you send them to go pickpocket or pick a lock or things like that, better chance of success. So I am going to go ahead and add in light armor. We're going to do agile defender. She's going to be a light armor master, so I'm going to go ahead and add that in. So I'm just going down the list of things that qualify for light armor, and then I'll show you how to change your actual stats here in a second. Oh, oops.
Yeah, not what I wanted.
Wanted to hit add. Okay. Matching set. Now, make sure that I don't pick heavy. I have done that, and I'm like, why didn't she have the perk? I'm also going to give her unhindered. And then, don't need Windwalker or deft movement. But we're going to go down to destruction. We are going to make her a master in destruction. So if I'm going to do 2 that broken, then I'm only going to give her 2. So freeze. Okay. We do want dual casting. Give your followers dual casting if they use spells, please and thank you. Destruction dual casting. Okay. And then we're also going to give impact. Okay. And so far, I'm pretty okay with how she's set up. We're going to go ahead and just hit OK real fast. We're going to save. Like I said, save often. I've literally spent hours in the creation kit just to watch it just crash and crumple. And I'm like, I forgot to save.
What are you doing?
So yeah, save. Just double click AAA follower, reopen it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry. I've got your back. Okay, so.
Anywho's.
If I don't die of boredom first, could you load? Sweet mother of God, you are taking forever. How's your day? How are you guys doing? Hit that thumbs up button. There we go. Finally loaded. Okay, so we're basically done with spell list. Now we're moving on to inventory. Like I said, we're gonna give her a destruction outfit. I put her in a I put her in an alteration one because it was the first thing that I saw. But we're just gonna toss her into a destruction outfit and then just keep moving on down the line. Because we gotta get to the fun part, which is Nifskope. Nifskope is the best. It's actually super easy. So let's do college master destruction outfit. Awesome. We're good to go. AI packages. Okay. This is really important. If you only do one thing in this tutorial, make sure it is this. Underline. Right click. Hit add. Wait forever for it to load. Cry when it inevitably crashes. Because it does do that.
But not this day. I have faith.
There we go. See this thing at the top? This is AAA follower package. Select. Okay. If you do not do that, your follower will not follow. They will not have the dialogue to follow. And you'll be like, what did I do wrong? You didn't give them a package. AAA follower package. That's all you have to do. AI data. This is also important. Change the aggression to aggressive. Sorry. Blanked. Helps friends and allies. Morality, any crime. This is where you choose a combat style. In this particular instance, I know that I want to do human magic. Dude. That's it. Pretty standard stuff. Keywords, you can add keywords if you don't, if you want to. I don't care. This is the biggest one that you do care about. Is this relationship NPC rank friend? Leave that there. That should be all that you need. I mean, you can double click it to open it. You can change it to ally if you want. That's really up to you. I just leave it the same, but it should look like this. AAA follower, child NPC is the player, relationship level friend, association type none. Just leave it how it is. You can give them a faction. This is the part that you care about. You want this to be -1. Current follower faction, -1. Potential follower faction, 0. Potential marriage faction, 0. Just leave those alone. They will be fine. You can add them to the College of Winterhold. Like you can assign them an actual like college faction. For the sake of this expose, I don't care. Now we're finally coming back to stats. Now, this is really kind of dependent upon what you want your follower to be able to do. I didn't give my follower like super upgraded skills, so I'm not going to do much with that. However, you do want to change their class away from farmer and give them a speed boost. Give them a speed boost. I don't know if you heard me the first or second time. Give them a speed boost. No one likes followers that just drag ass behind everybody. Give them a speed boost. Change their speed to 180. Just do the 180 thing. Trust me, you would rather have a follower look like they're sprinting in place while you're like moseying about picking flowers and have one that you're like running. Delphine. Let me just slow walk to Karthwasten. Yeah, no. Nope. Not doing that. So anyways, change their class. In this case, I know that I am looking for a mage. So I'm going to go ahead and pop on up here. Mage Destruction. Okay. And you can see that it automatically gave me bonuses to my destruction and to my what am I looking for? Also to my conjuration, which is kind of weird that it gives you like a huge bonus in conjuration because you're a destruction mage, but it is what it is. That being said, if you want to make a custom level, turn off the PC multiplier, turn off the auto calculate stats, and what you're going to do is you want to go to health offset. We're going to give her a bit of health boost. You select it, hit F2, and that will let you edit. We're going to give her 400 health. We're going to give her some damn good magicka. Let's make her magic 1,000. Just for kicks and giggles. And we'll also give her a stamina boost as well. There we go. Now you can see that even though I did combat class mage destruction, it reset all my stuff. So select F2, make the offset 85 because she is a master in destruction. And then we also gave her a mastery in light armor. So I'm just gonna change those. Everything else, she's gonna have to deal. You're gonna have to deal if you download her, but she will be worth it. Change this back to 180 because it didn't stay. Screw you. Okay. So far, so good. Let's go ahead and preview. And now you'll notice when you look at her face, you're like, oh no, what happened to her makeup? Don't worry. We will fix that. That's what Nifskope is for. So now all we got to do is go back to traits. I did make her weight 0. So we are all the way back at the very beginning. This is actually really one of the last things that we got to do. We just got to wait for it to load. This is where you assign her a voice type. This is where you make sure that her skin is assigned properly, because if it's not, oh, guess what? You've got weird textures in your game. Oh, lordy. Okay, yep. So weight 0, that's the weight that I made her. Skin, hit girl body. Awesome. Now, keep in mind, there are particular voice types you cannot use. There's a list of them available on Google. I don't have time to put the list up. If you use certain voice types, there will not be follow dialogue. There will not. Like, for example, if you were like, I want to make her sound like Meridia, guess what? No follower dialogue. So, just for the sake of expose, female, young, eager, I know works. We're going to use that. Awesome. Don't worry about faraway skin model. Doesn't matter. Okay. So at this stage, we've got everything set up. We're going to hit OK. We're going to save. And the last thing that we've really got to do in Creation Kit for the follower is put her somewhere. So let's say, right now I'm in World Space Interiors right here, and I'm just kind of scrolling. Let's say that we wanted her to be, you know what? Let's just stick her in Riften. Or not Riften. Let's stick her in Riverwood, just because it's gonna be fast. We'll stick her in the Riverwood Trader. So I'm gonna open up that cell, and we will go from there. And now we're into this. Oh, that is a lovely view of that rock. Okay. Hold down Shift, and that lets you, when you move your mouse, it'll like move around. We need to go to the bottom floor. That's where, hey, there's Lucian. There's his sister. He doesn't look like that in my game. Okay, well, we're just gonna go over here. We're gonna look right there. And we're gonna take this up here. Just click, drag. It'll give you this weird, like, you can't do that. You can. Just let go. Just let go. Okay. And there she is, in all of her glory. And you're like, no, Caleb. Her face is still messed up. What are you doing? Don't worry. I've got you. Okay, so hit save. Now at this stage, we are theoretically done. You could just exit out, finish an Nifskope. Yeah, okay. However, don't do that. Do not do this to the people who want to download your mods. Make sure you flag your follower as ESL. Trust me, people want to save those juicy load order slots for things like Vigilant, or Glenmoral, or Onslaught, or that absolutely amazing body modification that they can't live without. So, do them a favor. Go to File. First thing you're going to do is you're going to compact active file form IDs. Yep. And then the last thing you're going to do is convert active file to Lightmaster. Yep. Simple as that. For every follower that you make, do that. I don't download followers anymore unless they are ESL flagged, or unless they have an incredible reason to not be ESL flagged. When you have over 600 mods, you want to make sure that you're utilizing as much of your load order space as you possibly can. Okay, so, oh, crap. That's fine. We left her there. Hit save again. Always hit save. And in this instance, what we're going to do is we're just going to select our follower, hit Control F4 just in case. Sometimes it's grumpy and doesn't export the face gen data, but we're done. Creation Kit, we are finished. So we're going to go ahead and close on out. And it's going to take just as long to close as it did to open, because Creation Kit can't even close gracefully. Lovely. Sorry about that. Lag spike with Creation Kit trying to shut itself down, I think. Yeah, lag spike. Lovely. Anyways, so that being said, what we care about is my overwrite folder. Everything that we just did will be located in your overwrite. Oh, no, come back. Actually, I'm going to view over to there. Okay, so there's the ESL that we just created. Textures are SKSE, which is going to have our character gen, the preset that we saved, and the meshes. However, all we care about is the meshes and the textures to an extent, and I'll show you what I mean. So let's go ahead and open this in the Explorer. I'm going to close that up over here. Do I need my... Thank you. Okay, this is the part that people always get hung up on. They're like, I don't know how to do this. I load up and my character doesn't look like my character. I got you. So first things first, data, meshes, actors, character. Now we're going to work on face gen. Go to face gen data, face geom. We're going to delete this entire thing. Just hit delete. Meshes, actors, character, face gen data, face geom. We're going to copy the ESL, not the ESP, copy the ESL. Copy, paste. So with me? Excellent. Okay, so for meshes, we can now right click that, delete. Now, for textures, it's a little bit different. We're going to go textures, actors, character, face gen data, face tint. And yes, while we do want this ESL, we don't care about the contents because you can see the contents look like that weird makeup, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just copy this. Go back over here, textures, actors, character, face gen data, face tint. We're going to delete this. We're going to paste this in. We're going to go in, right click it, hit rename, copy the 000 thingy. So just copy that, click out, delete this, and back to our overwrite. We're going to grab the SKSE plugins, character gen. We're looking for this. We're looking for this DDS. So we're going to take that. We're going to copy it into here. So delete this one, right click, rename, paste, hit enter, bada bing, bada boom. So this is the correct face tint for our character. And you're like, wow, that looks very weird. Yes. Yes, it does. Okay. So we're done with overwrite for now. In our follower mod, we're going to go back to data. We're going to go to meshes. Oh, I'm not done with overwrite. My bad. Open and explore. Instead of that, I forgot. You need to move the ESL from here to there and delete the ESP. Hit delete. There we go. Now we're done with that. Okay. So meshes, actors, character, face gen data, face geom, ESL, and you're going to double click on this. This is where we use Nifskope. Links for Nifskope will be in the description below, and you will see, wow, that looks like our character, just pink. Yeah, basically. First things first, where it says options on the top left hand side, you're going to go to options, go to settings, you're going to go to resources, add a folder. You're going to add the folder on your desktop. That is the name of your follower. You're going to click on data, wait till it says meshes and textures here, hit select folder, hit apply, hit close. Perfect. Click anywhere on the face, starting here. Now, the fastest way to explain how to do this is you have to manually assign the textures from Nifskope to the character creator. It's super fast. I like to start from the very top, which is the browse. So you hit the drop down right here, and you're looking for BS lighting shader property. You're looking for that on all of these. Drop down, click texture set, and you'll see, hey, look, there's female brow and female brow underscore in. You right click those, go to texture, go to choose. Hey, look, there's Laylette from the last time I worked on her. Yeah, we're working on it more now. Data. So we are looking for textures. So because they're DDS files, textures, actors, character, noir textures, and we're grabbing brows because that's where we're starting. You click the first one. So female brow underscore 2. Ignore that. Click whatever brow that you're using. Hit open. Go down to the second one, which is female brow underscore in. Select in. You guys get the idea. Close up your little file right here and move down to the eyes. Once again, BS lighting shader properties, click the texture set, right click, and just start manually assigning these. Now for the eyes are a little bit different. So we're going to go eyes. The first one is always going to be the eye texture that you've selected. Then the next couple, you're just matching up the underscores, underscore in, underscore sk, that sort of idea. The texture, I'm looking for underscore in. I'm looking for underscore sk. Now I'm looking for the cube map, which is here. And I'm looking for the environment mask. You may or may not use I underscore G just depending upon your stuff. I don't need it. But look, we've now got eyes on our character. Awesome. Okay. Now we're going to move down to the mouth. Right click. You guys are starting to see how simple this is. It's really not a problem. I'm just popping back into the textures, going to teeth, hit human mouth underscore in. You'll see that here in just a second once we actually get the skin applied. Okay, drop down, lighting shader properties. Okay, and this is the one where we've got to grab all the body textures. So we're going to go back to bodies, and then we are looking for a female head. MSN. There we go. SK. Female head SK. So this is starting to add depth to the character. I like to change the detail map in here as well. You don't have to, but like I said, I like to do it. Texture is female head underscore S, which should get rid of a lot of that brightness. There we go. Starting to look like an actual character. Last thing is we're going to go ahead and do our hairline. Actually, let's go ahead and just do regular hair. So we're going to hit the drop down, texture shader set, vanilla, and then we're going to go select the vanilla here, and then the in. Well, and then what we want to do is we want to click where it says hairline duplicate, hit the drop down, BS lighting shader properties, texture set, right click, I'm going to select hairline, over please, and hairline underscore in. And bada bing, bada boom, we have the face of our character. I mean, like I said, it's literally, most of building a character is like telling your computer where to store the files, telling Creation Kit where to look for the files, and then telling Nifskope where to build the files from. It's super simple. Once you're done, all you're going to do is you're going to pop up here and hit save. Simple as that. It should have that updated at 2:22 in the morning for me, so we are good on that front. Now is the cleanup period. This is the fun part. This is where we make sure that everything is good to go and working. So what we're going to do on that front is we're going to make sure all this stuff looks good. It does. Don't worry about that. Okay, so first things first, go to meshes. That little meshes that you have on your desktop, the Skyrim Special Edition Data Meshes Actors Character, that thing that I talked to you about in the beginning. You're going to find the name of your follower, and you're going to delete. You're going to do the exact same thing in textures. You're going to delete. You're then going to open up your SSE. And you remember when we went to data and we dropped in that ESP at the very beginning right here? You're also going to delete that. You do not need the ESP because we now have it as an ESL. Super simple. Okay. Last thing that I've got to do is I'm going to clean up my overwrite because you don't want to have conflicting files. So I know that I don't need textures anymore, so I can delete textures. I don't need the ESL anymore. I'm going to delete the ESL. The SKSE though, you do want the preset, but you don't need either of these. So the noir.dds, noir.nif, you can use those if you're doing like a race menu preset, then yeah, you want to keep those. But in this particular instance, I'm not doing a race menu preset. I've done those. They're not hard. So we're just going to delete those directly from our overwrite. That should leave the only thing in here as my actual race menu preset for myself. So we're going to close out of that. I'm going to move that from my overwrite to my overwrite output here in just a second. There we go. Okay. And then all we got to do, guys, is we're just going to copy this. And we're going to 7-zip it. Add to archive. Now, always test your stuff. I cannot stress that enough. Test your stuff. So we're just going to zip this up. I'm going to drop it into the game. And then we will see if it works. Which it should. She's in the Riverwood Trader. So we should be fine. But just want to double check. Hopefully this tutorial has been much better than the last one. Hopefully my voice didn't cut out half the time. That was really frustrating to deal with. Surgeries are not fun. Surgeries are not fun. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and drop this in. I'm just going to grab that from my desktop. There we go. Follow mod. Open it. Okay. Install. Activate it. And then one of the things you want to make sure is that it has no conflicts, because if it has conflicts, that means you missed something. But yep, I can see that it is an ESL file in my Skyrim, and let's go ahead and get Skyrim loaded. So give me just a second, guys, and I will be back once Skyrim is loaded. Okay, sorry about that wait. It took Skyrim forever to load. I've got myself in the most unflattering armor ever. Simply for the fact that I don't want to get banned on Twitch. But what we do care about is we're going to pop into the Riverwood Trader, and we should see if Noir is here.
Well, one of us has to do something.
I
Sure.
said no. No
Hey, there's
adventures,
one of my
no
followers,
theatrics,
Morgana. I
no
totally forgot that she was here.
thief chasing.
But yeah, there
What
she
can I
is.
do What are
for
you
you?
going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
There she is,
We are
in
done
my game.
talking about this. Oh,
I totally forgot Morgana was here.
customer.
It's one of my
Sorry
favorite
you had to
followers.
hear that.
She's also stupid broken. I accidentally made her too powerful. But yeah, there you go. Available in-game. He's got the follow us dialogue. Yeah,
Lead the way.
there we go. And that's all she wrote, guys. That is us making a clone of ourselves, basically. And available for a follower. They'll also, of course, do combat. She's going to be a nice mage. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. It was a lot of fun getting to redo this. It'll be up soon. Links for everything will be in the description. There will be links for creation kit fixes, links for the actual creation kit, how to get that from Bethesda, a link to both my Twitch and my Nexus account. So if you want to check out some of my followers, they're amazing. I love them. They've been pretty popular. But yeah, links for everything will be down in the description below. Drop a like, give us a thumbs up. That'd be really helpful. There's a lot of people out there who don't know how to build a follower, and they think it's a really daunting task. Hopefully this tutorial helped you guys. Thanks for dealing with some of the glitches, and yeah, enjoy. I can't wait to see everything on the Nexus. So have yourself a good one, guys.